And we are back on our episode of NBA 2K14. Last episode where the Spurs beat the Grizzlies in a huge dominated in the earlier 106 to 76 in a huge blowout victory for the Spurs. Let's check out the view box score. And you see Bayless and counting on RD lowest points are 11 points. And Tim Duncan, their best player of the game with 20 points, 11 assists. Tony Parker also got 20, and Mike Grady got 21. What a huge dominance by the Spurs. And now for the main event of the day, we're off to Staples Center in LA. We got the two of the Pacific Division rivalry. Features a good battle of the California, featuring the two of the Splash Brothers. It is Steph Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors take on Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers. And just like the last meeting, I will use the control of the Warriors, but this time I'm gonna use the control of the Lakers just like last April that happened in last second shot for Kobe. It's gonna be a good game now, and that'll do it for now. For this game, I'm gonna use the Warriors are blue, and the Lakers gonna use the yellow. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Genshin, and we'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Staples Center in LA. And now, anyways, we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here in downtown LA at the Staples Center. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video for the Warriors and the Lakers game.
Welcome everyone, I'm Damon Bruce and this is the NBA on 2K Sports. The NBA season now getting into full swing. It's going to be the Golden State Warriors up against the Los Angeles Lakers. It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Welcome to Los Angeles, California for tonight's game here at the Staples Center. It's game time in Los Angeles from the Staples Center. All the crowd ready to go as they look to cheer on the Lakers. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And one of the players will be watching this one closely, Andrew Bogut.
Well, he's a fearsome defensive presence in the paint, a shot-blocking machine. And the intensity, the effort that he brings night in and night out is such a huge asset for his team.
And also with him, don't think you can collapse the defense on him when he gets the ball in the low post, because he is a superb passer. He'll find whoever's been left open.
And the Warriors on a single-game road trip here before heading back home. It has not been a dramatic change this season to the performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
And they can get themselves into a great position in the season series by winning this game. They already won the first one. 2 more to go after this one. So they'd be assured of a split at the very least if they can get a W here.
And see, if you figure if they win the first 2 games of the series, they're most likely going to do better than a split. I mean, they can take the first step toward that tonight.
Kobe with it, averaging 22 points a game. Young outside, shoots the 3. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Young's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Kobe's never been shy about shooting. You know, a lot of people would argue that he gets maybe a little too shot happy sometimes, but you want a guy who's dominant. You want a guy who's not afraid, who's going to fail and just come right back and fire away the next time. Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a 3-point battle like this.
And that one's good.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And when you talk about Kobe's role offensively for the Lakers, it's worth mentioning last season was one of his most efficient scoring the basketball.
It really was, and you consider the turmoil that surrounded the Lakers all season. It was remarkable that Kobe was as even-keeled as he was. Stayed focused from start to finish. He delivered the type of all-star performance that he always does. Very impressive.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike D'Antoni had a few minutes for me. He told me he's a fan of Andre Iguodala, especially the way he's developed his outside shot. He said that was one weakness. He could do everything else, pass, handle, and finish. And boy, what a defender. But now that he's developed that jump shot, there are really no weaknesses in his game. Guys, that makes it awfully tough to deal with a guy who can impact the game in that many ways. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris.
And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. Think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And front office felt the Crimson offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Thompson, a screen on Nash. Here's Curry with the three. Gasol with it. Picked up by Thompson. Now here's Gasol. 17 points for him last game against Detroit.
He was a factor defensively as well. He blocked 2 shots. I thought he changed several others.
And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense. Why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. I mean, Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired, and that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So, I mean, I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And here's Douglas, right now averaging 5 points a game. That's good.
Kevin, you look at how they've built this lead, and one reason is their outstanding shooting from beyond the arc. That's always a weapon.
It's Meeks outside, and the shot is good. Meeks got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Sometimes, Kevin, you can just look at a guy's release and immediately recognize that he's a born shooter, and that's the case with Meeks. Beautiful form, just has a natural way of getting that ball to go through the hoop.
Ever since his college days at Kentucky, he's been one of the best shooters on the planet, and that hasn't changed. You just can't leave him alone either. Johnson gets the bucket.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Now, here is O'Neal. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Blake kicks to Johnson. He dishes it to Blake. Lakers passing it around. Johnson, the pass to Blake. Feeds it to Meeks. Jamison. And again, it's the Lakers. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. He kicks it to Green. Another 3 for Golden State.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
3-pointer. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here is Douglas. Back to Green. Pulls up. And the Warriors tack on 2 more. Here's Blake. It's a 5-point game. And here's Johnson outside. The buzzer beater!
Oh, what a 3 at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. What a big shot.
I'll say that'll put a little bounce in their step coming back out of this break.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Warriors lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
Tune in Tuesday, November 26th. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Hoops action.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Boy, they've really up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Farmar is out there with Steve Blake. Vance Johnson. Then there's Antoine Jamison. And it's simply in at the 5 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter.
And for the Warriors, unusual for a playoff team to be giving minutes to 3 or even 4 rookies, but that was the case last season. Barnes, Azili, Green, they brought in a rookie group with maturity that had done a good job of preparing themselves at the collegiate level, and all of them produced.
And for the Warriors rookies last season, Steve, they got an early start. They were in the team gym from the earliest days after the draft.
Well, this is a club that has great chemistry. Some of that has to do with Mark Jackson. A lot of it has to do with just the quality of people that they put on that roster. But it's an exciting young team with a good coach and a great crowd. I think the Warriors have a very bright future.
Iguodala dishes to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Outside Curry. Shot from 12. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Detroit Pistons.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, Steph Curry set the record for most three-pointers in a season last year. Many of them coming in spectacular fashion. Step backs, one-legged pull-ups, you name it. Coach Mark Jackson said, I don't know who second place is for the best shooter in the world, but he has first place tied up. And guys, before it's all said and done, we could be talking about Curry as the greatest shooter of all time.
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
Boy, it doesn't get much better than that. Curry with a really nice screen.
For Los Angeles, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the seventh. Young against Iguodala. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut checked in for Azul. And it's Klay Thompson in for Medvedev. The Warriors trailing. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
They came out flat that night and could never really get it going. Not their best effort for sure, Clark.
No, I agree with you. And I thought maybe they could find somebody to come off the bench and give them a spark. But it didn't happen.
Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a score.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
Thompson left side. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Back to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Bogut. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Different look here for the Warriors. Chris Kaman's checked in for Robert Sacre. Bill comes in for Paul Gasol. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And it's Nash in for Jordan Farmar. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Here now, the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Warriors, number 1.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bazemore is checked in. Nash against Curry. Back to Nash. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Meeks kicks to Nash. Good on the three-point shot. Nash has got 6.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Nice shot by Jamison.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
And Curry, here we go. Good.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Nash kicks to Meeks. Back to Nash. The three. And that one's good. Nash has got 11 points.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Well, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing and their offensive flow. I think they need to get back to that.
Nash outside. Meeks, defended by Bazemore. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. He was all alone on that one. And that's 11 points for Jamison.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You've got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
And the buckets always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
That is good. Nash has got 11 points in the quarter.
But his performance from long range has been incredible.
You know, that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Curry gets the bucket.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
A shot by what a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers ahead. They're up by 6. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon us, and on this Friday night, it's time for the halftime show. The Los Angeles Lakers in front against Golden State. It's been a tough start for them this season, looking to make up some ground here tonight. Everything's going right for Steve Nash. He's been all over the court against Golden State. We're at halftime, and still, he hasn't missed a shot. It's been a pure shooting exhibition. And midway through, the Warriors are still alive. They've been putting a lot of defensive pressure on the other team, taking care of the rock offensively. Fundamental basketball, both sides of the court. Stephen Curry's been tremendous in the first half. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. Checking out some of the games still in progress. Out at Time Warner Cable Arena, it's the Bobcats trailing to Phoenix. Second half of basketball going on in a tight one. And another one also in progress. San Antonio on top against the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. Smooth sailing so far for them. Game in the third. And a look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. Out at American Airlines Center, the Mavericks with the lead against the Jazz. Up by double digits in the third. That'll be it for the halftime report. The second half is coming right up. Hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. It really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Malone Johnson and Iguodala. They'll get out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Curry in at the point. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey, gentlemen, well, part of the Lakers' Florida struggles last year was that they were constructed like an all-star team. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, quote, "Have you ever watched an all-star game? It's god-awful because everybody gets the ball, they go one-on-one, and then they play no defense. That's our team. That's us." Having a pecking order with all their big players was something he wanted to instill on their Lakers roster. We'll see if they can do a better job of adhering to that this time around, guys.
Well, that's the rub, isn't it? That's the balancing act, isn't it, Doris? Share the ball, but get it into the hands of your scorers.
Steph Curry is virtually impossible to defend. I mean, he can hit from anywhere on the floor. In the gym range, personified with Curry. Mid-range jumpers are like layups to him. And inside, he's got the floater finger roll and the runner. You always expect his shots to go in. It's like watching a game of horse at full speed when the highest stakes are on the line.
It's stolen by Bogut. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. That's good. 7 points for Andre Iguodala.
And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
And Steve, shooting no doubt Curry's forte. He narrowly missed the All-Star game last season. I mean, I can't believe he didn't get elected, and he seemed to be the one glaring miss. When you watch this game, where can he improve?
I think offensively, he's got the whole package. I think it's at the other end of the floor where he can probably improve. He needs to compete a little bit more defensively, but that's tough to do when you're handling so much of the offensive load for your team. But he's got to find a little more balance, I think, between his offense and his defense.
Back to Kobe. There's the triple. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. If the defense can get in him, he doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shots good from Young.
This defense is playing out there. I mean, they might as well not be there. It's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
And the Warriors with some changes. Azizi's checked in for Bogut. And Spates subbed in for Harrison Barnes.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. Plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Rejected by Nedovic. They get it back. Kobe with it, now guarded by Nedovic. Kobe, the pass to Nash. It's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let them fly.
The shot's good from Nedovic. Nedovic has got his first bucket of the night. And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
And that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Kobe gets to Gasol from 18 feet away. And another basket for the Lakers.
You know, his shot's been pretty accurate today, but he has not had his usual share of opportunities.
Iguodala outside. And Antoine Jamison picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Azili. Harrison Barnes comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Klay Thompson in for Middleditch. The shot's good from Douglas. And now just a 3-point Laker lead.
You know, as soon as that steal was made, it was over. That was going to be a bucket the whole way.
That's exactly how a turnover cost him.
Kobe gets the bucket.
He's gotten a bunch of good looks and he's been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
Here's O'Neal. There's the bucket. Good.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure, the energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break.
Great job, Bill. Recognizing the mismatch and taking advantage.
They got to put a bigger guy on him, otherwise he'll bury those jumpers all game.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Lakers lead by 6. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway.
This Saturday, November 23rd, the Philadelphia 76ers go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Be there.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And that's helped with their passing game, too, because they're getting a lot of assists by sharing the ball and moving it.
We've got Nick Young, Jody Meeks out there with Steve Blake. Then there's Chris Kaman. And it's Jamison in at the 4 slot. That's the Laker 5. Here's Blake, defended by Douglas. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Shoots. And another basket for Golden State.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Nice shot by Jamison.
It's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Thompson with the bucket.
Well, when you think about instant offense, his name comes to mind immediately. Doesn't take much for him to get it going and run off a string of buckets.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those. Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Douglas for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Blake kicks to Meeks. Nick Young on the wing. Passes to Meeks. Dishes it to Blake. This one for 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Their last encounter was in Oakland.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Mark Jackson said to his club. He told us guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
O'Neal, it's them both.
Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
And the shot is good.
That's how to orchestrate for your team. Terrific pass.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. And the layup's good off the glass. Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 records team against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing for the last playoff spot. Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
the defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Kobe is covered by Thompson. Kobe draws it up. Back to Young. It's up a three. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Young's got 12 points here in the second half. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Golden State. Thompson outside. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. Kobe comes with the double team. Barnes defended by Gasol. And that one's good. Barnes.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're ahead by 6. A minute 42 left in the game. Kobe with it, picked up by Thompson. Kobe against Barnes. And Count Kowalski is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You gotta like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Thompson outside. And another three for Golden State.
You can just see his confidence rising every time he knocks one down beyond the arc.
Kobe kicks to Young. Nash outside. It's stolen by Curry. And he banks in the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Laker lead.
So deflating for a team. Clark coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal.
Kobe dishes to Keenan. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And the Lakers lead by 6.
He should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
On its way. From Curry for 2. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Oh, what a sweet stroke from Curry on that.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. And the foul on Chris Kaman. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
And stolen by Nash.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Thompson. Yes!
Pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
That makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Second shot opportunity. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down and the lead goes up.
The trade. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And here's Kobe. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
For 3. Leases one from 3. And the Lakers call time here. They're up by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. Here's Curry. Misses! And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
Another close one here in LA as the Lakers survive over the Warriors down to the game wired 122 to 114. And Kobe Bryant's got 33 points, and Jeff Agron, he's injured, will be healed now, along with Ray Allen, Hideo Turkoglu, Rip Hamilton, Robin Lopez. No, Robin Lopez is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the sprained foot, his injury. That was unbelievable. Wow. That was not good enough for the Blazers. Let's check out the view box scores. You see, Kobe Bryant got 33 and 13. Nick Young got 25 points. Stephen Curry got 29, and Klay Thompson's got 27. One ending, or down to the wire, another wire-to-wire finish here in Staples Center. So let's skip it all the way to November 26th. So let's skip it all the way to November 26th. Here we got some NBA schedule coming up. We got the Kings, Clippers, Sixers, Pacers, Knicks, Wizards, Timberwolves, Rockets, Mavericks, Nuggets, Knicks, Timberwolves, Rockets, Mavericks, Nuggets, Celtics, Hawks. We got the Magic, Hawks, and then we got the Magic, Heat, Bobcats, Bucks, Cavaliers, Spurs, and Warriors, Blazers. That was the most interesting. Gonna simulate all the way the next game right here. Thomas Robinson is still able to play for groin injury, still hurt for 46 weeks. Raymond Felton, everyone is getting healed. And DeMar DeRozan is out for 6 and 8 weeks. No! They're out for 6 and 8 weeks due to the broken jaw. And maybe he's not healed, it's not good now. And Danny Green is coming back. He will be healed after his sprained wrist, sprained underman, along with Derrick Williams. Wow, let's check the box score. Clippers survive over the Kings. That was so close to win for the Kings, the first victory. We got the Pacers beat the Sixers, Knicks beat the Wizards, Rockets beat the Timberwolves, Nuggets stopped the Mavericks to stop the winning streak, Hawks beat the Celtics, Heat beat the Magic, Bucks beat the Bobcats, Spurs beat the Cavaliers, and Warriors beat the Blazers. That was not nice. Let's check out on November 24. We got 5 NBA games coming up with the Bulls, Clippers, Pistons, Nets, Suns, Magic, Jazz, Thunder, and Kings, Lakers. Gonna simulate all the way here. And Ramon Sessions is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to sprained ankle spray. Tolliver, Cerny, Anthony, Serdolovich, Tim Duncan. No! Tim Duncan is also out. No! Tim Duncan is out for 2 to 4 weeks. No! Tim Duncan is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the sprained foot. No! Are you kidding me? What happened to Tim Duncan? That was not good. And Webster is out for Born Bruce is out for 2 to 4 weeks. Will be not able to play. Let's check out the blue box score. Clippers beat the Bulls again. We got the Nets beat the Pistons to stop the winning streak. Magic beat the Suns. Thunder beat the Jazz. And Lakers another end overtime in another so close to Sacramento Kings victory. They losing by double overtime by 8 points. Kobe Bryant got 35. Chris Kaman got 24 and 12. DeMarcus Cousins so close to triple-double. And Isaiah Thomas got 27 and 12. And what's that? Macklemore's got 23. Now, let's move on Tuesday. So we got the Celtics, Bobcats, Timberwolves, Pacers, Rockets, Grizzlies, Bulls, Jazz, Knicks, Blazers, Bucks, Pistons, Suns, Heat, Nuggets, Mavericks, and Pelicans, Spurs. It's gonna simulate all the way in the next game here. We got Kofus is healed, Akunin, Yodonzas is got healed, and Chauncey Billups is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the strained Achilles. No, everyone has got injured. And let's see what's going on here. We got the Bobcats, Pacers. How about Bobcats that? Rockets, Bulls, Blazers, Pistons, Heat, Mavericks, and the Spurs. And now conclusion on November 26th all the way next 2013. And after this, we're skipping all the way to our main game, the first matchup between the Spurs and the Thunder. And in the second game, we're ending to Cleveland, will be the Heat and the Cavaliers. It's gonna be good. And Sacramento Kings cannot win this game here. So far, their winless continues are 0-13. So we got two ESPN Fridays together. We got the Nets and the Rockets, and the Warriors take on the Thunder. So I'm just gonna check the simulate right here. We got the Nets in the receipt here. Simulate. Delfino, Ridnar, Melo is healed. Everyone's hurt. Jay Crowder, no, another Mavericks injured. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks due to the lower back strain. And even Rip Hamilton, no! Rip Hamilton is out for torn ligament foot, no! Rip Hamilton is out for 46 weeks due to the torn ligament foot. No way, and James Harden's got healed. James Budinger is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the high ankle sprain. Are you serious? So you see the box score. Raptors get a job done over the Nets. Lakers are now on a roll. Beat the Wizards, a huge dominated. Warriors beat the Pelicans, and the Hawks beat the Magic. So move on to November 27th. We got some NBA Wednesdays for you. Pacers, Bobcats, Sixers, Magic, Hawks, Rockets, Wizards, Bucks, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Spurs, Thunder. Gonna be a good first game of the day. Will be the first matchup. We're heading to Oklahoma City. We got the Blazers, Suns, Grizzlies, Celtics, Lakers, Nets, Heat, Cavaliers. There's gonna be a good matchup. LeBron James will meet his former team again. Bulls, Pistons, Warriors, Mavericks, and Knicks, Clippers. It's gonna be a good game. Let's see what happened in the injury right now. Wow, Tim Duncan is no more. You're not allowed to play anymore. They will be out for 2 to 4 weeks. David Lee still able to ankle is still reserved. Wow, everyone injury. Manu Ginobili is out. And look at this cheese. DeRozan's got 6 and 8 wins despite the Raptors win over the Nets. You see what's happening in injury right now. You see what's going on the homepage. Tim Duncan's out for 2 to 4 weeks. And even Rip Hamilton's out for 46 weeks. Oh no. There's no way you cannot play anymore for Spurs. It looks like have a chance to easy win. The Spurs are gonna look like they're no match for the Thunder. So, the next game, we're gonna check out some daily view here. We're gonna simply skip all the way to Nuggets Timberwolves. So let's skip it right here. We got the Pacers and the Bobcats. It's Bobcats stun the Pacers. Look at the Pacers so close to come from behind. Only in the fourth quarter. Look at that. He outscored 51 points. The end of the, let's check the calculator. Let's check the calculator here. A score of 54 points, and then they scored leading 54 to 76, and then come from behind, but he fell short to complete the comeback for the Pacers. That was so close. Even Kemba Walker got 28 points, Jefferson's got 27, and Kit Jokic got 22, and Paul George got 26, Ranger got 23, and Hill got 20. Sixers and the Magic, and Magic lose to the Sixers, this time on the road. 23 points for Aaron Afalo, Glenn Davis got 20, Jason Richardson got 26 and 10, Irvin Turner got 23, and Noel got 17 and 10. Hawks and the Rockets. And the Rockets win over the Hawks, 21 and 10 for Jeremy Lin. Dwight Howard got 28, Parsons got 19, and James Harden got 17. Millsap got both Millsap and Williams scores 24. Wizards and the Bucks. It is Bucks win over the Wizards, 32 and 10 for Brandon Knight. OJ Mayo got 26, and Seraphin is each team scores 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players are scored 14 points. And finally, last one, Nuggets and the Timberwolves. And it's Nuggets win by 4. 24 points for Kevin Love. And Jabir McGee got 37 and 12. Ty Lawson so close to triple-double. That was so close to get a triple-double. So, next game, our hands are off the way to the next game. Heading to Oklahoma City. It's going to be another marquee matchup. Features the two of the Western Conference. It is going to be Tony Parker and Kevin Durant of the This is gonna be Tony Parker and Tracy McGrady of the San Antonio Spurs, as Tim Duncan will not play anymore because of injury. So we got Tony Parker and Tracy McGrady of the San Antonio Spurs take on Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard of the San Antonio Spurs take on Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And after this, we're heading to the return of King James. LeBron James. LeBron James makes return at the Q as LeBron James of the Miami Heat take on Kyrie Irving and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's gonna be a good one. Well, that will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshans. The Day 8 NBA playoffs wrap up. First one, it was the OKC Thunder, first team to sweep over the Grizzlies 4-0. The Cavaliers dominate, looking for the sweep over the Miami Heat next Tuesday. Aaron Gordon hit the game-winning dunk at the buzzer to knock off the Clippers to even the series at 2, as the Nuggets are win by 2, 101-99. In the conclusion, the Warriors beat the Rockets in a good matchup here, 104-93. Well, that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Lakers managed to defeat the Warriors by 4, 122-118. I'm Andre Kenshin. Say so long for Staples Center, and we'll see you tomorrow for another doubleheader for you. We're off to Oklahoma City and we're off to Cleveland, Ohio. The first game for the Spurs and the Thunder in the second game. The return of LeBron James as the Heat face the Cavaliers. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin saying so long for Staples Center, Los Angeles. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we see you tomorrow. We'll have another doubleheader for you. We got the Spurs and the Thunder, and then the Heat and the Cavaliers. Sign up and peace out. Good night.